Hello, everyone. My name is Ronnie Rocha. I'm doing my 6.1 discussion in our sociology class by video note, just because it is something a little different. So I thought I would just go ahead and do it this way. It seemed like a fun thing to do, and hopefully y'all get to watch it and enjoy it. The question that we had and the discussions talked about is sex work, and should it be legalized, and why? Before I answer that, I guess I can kind of go on. You got to look at what sex is, sex work, things like that. I always likened it to kind of other things. Let's talk about like food. Food is something that we need to survive. If mankind quit eating food, we would die out. We just would no longer exist on the planet. Sex, if we quit having sex, we would die out because we would not procreate there. So they're both needed. Now, the question is more of, should it be legalized? I guess I'll start out by saying I do, and I don't feel like they should. But if it was, I guess if it came down to it, I'd have to say I'm fine with it. Yes, you can legalize it. There's so many reasons why. If you think about it, there are newer things that have come along that the government has had to step in and govern, make new laws about. The automobile's only been around since the 1900s-ish, which is a little over 100 years. That's not very long. And our government has had to step in, make laws about it, speedy things, because it's dangerous. It's something you can do. The World Wide Web, when that came along recently, and I say recently because, well, I was born in 1974, so yeah, we didn't grow up with the web. It came with a laundry list of issues. And one of the things it had to do with sex, but like child pornography and things like that the government had to govern and come in and govern and set the laws and everything right for that. So newer things have had laws and have made certain things legal and things like that. Sex has always been kind of one of those things that people don't like to talk about, but it's always been there. It's been there since the beginning of time. And so sex work has been around almost since the beginning of time. So our government, it should make it legal. It would be able to govern it better. It would. You're talking about, number one, they're going to want to tax it, so they'll be able to earn money for taxes through that. Number two, like I said, with the governing, it could be ran a lot better as far as like the cleanliness, things that are prohibited from it, like, the brothels that they say, there would be standards of cleanliness and everything, like, things that go along with that the government, would be able to follow and what am I trying to say? Like control. Not that they should have complete control, but I mean, the cleanup. Let's take, like, for instance, tattoos. Tattoo places, they used to use the same needles. They used to be really dirty. They've made rules, regulations about that, and now they're a lot cleaner. I have a couple of tattoos myself, so I know, and lots of people do. And it's been regulated, and it's okay. The same thing with sex work and either brothels or prostitutions or anything. As long as it be controlled, I think it'd be controlled a lot better if the government did make it legal and make it throughout certain regulations. Is it going to be abused? Oh, yeah, it's going to be. I mean, everything gets abused. I'm living proof food gets abused, trust me. And so, it's going to get abused. You're going to expect people, but I think it'll be controlled a lot better. I think the safety of certain women would be a lot better as far as like, your name's on paper and your clients are on paper and everything. So they definitely would be able to, the safety of the women would I say women, men or women, would be able to regulate it a lot better as well. Somebody had brought up a long time ago when we had this discussions elsewhere that, it'll cause infidelity in marriages. There's already a lot of that going around, once again, since the beginning of time. This is not going to be just overwhelmingly push that into that to where there's not now more unfaithful relationships. There's a lot now. And so the World Wide Web brought that on with social media and everything, and people getting in contact with people from their past, and it started relationships like that as well. I know a few people like that it happened to, so it does happen. There's an example that I'm going to use, and it might be a little crude, but we're all mature here. We're all, in university, so hopefully you can understand my take on this. Like I said, it's kind of sound a little, cruel and mean, but it's something I observed a long time ago. I was probably a teenager, and I was at Walmart or something, and I saw a woman, not very attractive at all, obese, did not, just very unattractive. And you would think that, if you thought like that, like I said, the kind of sex, who's going to have sex with that person kind of type of deal. And that sounds mean, but she had 2 kids. So, she's had sex at least twice. I bring this up because if a man was the same way, described exactly the same way, it's quite possible he could die a virgin. Men and women in that part are not equal. And it's sad truth. So yeah, men do look for sex more as far as doing that and act on it. That's why OnlyFans is also regulated. They're making money off of that like that. And women make a lot more and do a lot more than men do. It's just the nature of the beast. So do I think it should be? Yeah, it probably could, and it probably should better regulate. It's going to take a lot of time to govern it and get it to where it's going. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing is, but I think it would help the safety of the people in it. And I think it'll make it a lot cleaner. Not to mention, I'm sure a lot of pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies are going to want to be in there saying, hey, use our products to clean this, use whatever products that they're going to use in these, use our products. So it's going to actually probably help out a lot. But once you take a lot of that curiosity, that want, and that hidden factor out of it, I think it's really going to calm down. And it's going to be where it's like second nature, to where it's not going to be a big deal anymore. Once you take that curiosity out, once you take all that out of it, it tends to kind of simmer down. So, like I said, it created jobs. So I don't want to keep this too long. Wow, it's already been 7 minutes. So I apologize, but this is my discussion. I hope you respond to it and look forward to it. Thank you.